Okay, I need you to pause for a second and really take this in. Because Beyond the Gates just gave us one of those rare moments, pure joy, the kind we almost don't trust anymore. Anita's chemotherapy is working. Yes, you heard that right. And honestly, watching Dani and Nicole celebrate, jumping, screaming, completely losing control felt so real, so earned. For once, this wasn't about secrets or betrayal. It was relief. Raw, overwhelming relief. And Anita herself, she finally allowed herself to believe it, that she might actually win this fight. But let's be real for a second. When has this show ever given us good news without attaching a ticking time bomb to it? The celebration that feels too perfect. So, yes, on the surface, everything looks beautiful. Martin shares the update with the sisters. Kat receives what might be the most meaningful birthday gift imaginable. Hope. Not money, not power, hope. And in this universe, that's priceless. But here's the kicker. The happier the moment, the darker the shadow behind it. Because while everyone is celebrating publicly, Dani is quietly breaking down in private. Dani sees what no one else wants to see. Let me say this clearly. Dani might be the most emotionally intelligent character on this show right now. While everyone else is focused on Anita's recovery, Dani is already looking at the next crisis. And it's not paranoia, it's pattern recognition. She sees Vernon, and she sees something off. Small things, subtle things, the kind of details most people ignore. But Dani doesn't. She notices his exhaustion, the way he's been holding everything together without complaining, the emotional weight he's been carrying for Anita. And then boom, the red flag hits. He confuses Tracy with Sharon during an important phone call. Now tell me, is that just a harmless mistake? Or is that the beginning of something much, much worse? Vernon, the silent collapse? Here's where I'm going to say something a lot of fans might not agree with. I think Vernon is in danger. Not physically, not yet, but mentally, emotionally, he's on the edge. This man has been the backbone of Anita's fight, the quiet strength, the one who doesn't fall apart because everyone else depends on him not to. And that is exactly why he might break. We've seen this before in Beyond the Gates. Strong, silent characters don't explode immediately. They erode slowly, painfully, until one day everything collapses. Dani suggesting that Vernon should rest, that he should get checked. That's not overreacting. That's fear mixed with love. And honestly, I'm on Dani's side here, but what if Dani is right? Let's go deeper. What if this isn't just stress? What if Vernon is actually developing memory issues tied to something more serious age, neurological decline, or even early cognitive disorder? Think about the narrative setup. Anita is getting better. Hope is returning. The family is stabilizing. So what does a soap opera do next? It shifts the crisis. And Vernon is the perfect target. Because imagine this. Anita finally regains her strength, only to become the one caring for Vernon. That's poetic, tragic, and completely on brand for this show. Dani versus Vernon, the confrontation we need. You can feel it building, right? Dani is not the type to stay silent. She will confront Vernon. She will push him to be honest, to get tested, to face reality. But here's the problem. What if Vernon refuses? What if he sees this as weakness, as unnecessary worry? That tension between denial and truth, that's where the real drama lives. And if Dani backs down, she'll regret it. If she pushes too hard, she might break him. There is no easy outcome here. Meanwhile, Bill, Haley, and a storm brewing. Oh, and just when you thought things couldn't get messier, enter Bill and chaos. Of course, Dani calls him with the good news about Anita and his reaction. Genuine, emotional. He clearly still sees Anita as family. But then he calls Dani and the baby. And Haley? She does not take that well. Let's be honest, her insecurity has been simmering for a while now. And Leslie? Oh, Leslie just poured gasoline on the fire, telling Haley she's not attractive enough, hinting that Bill might go back to his ex. That's not just shade, that's psychological warfare. And the worst part, Haley believes it. My theory, and you might hate it. I don't think Haley is wrong to be scared. Because Bill, he's emotionally drifting. Maybe not consciously, maybe not intentionally, but those old connections, they don't just disappear. And Dani being back in his emotional orbit, that's dangerous. We've seen this storyline before. Reconnection, nostalgia, emotional vulnerability, and then boom, one impulsive decision changes everything. Final thoughts, hope is here, but so is fear. So yes, Anita's getting better, and that matters. It really does. But if you think this is a happy ending, you haven't been paying attention, because right now, Dani is carrying a fear no one else sees. Vernon might be hiding something serious. Haley is spiraling, and Bill is standing right in the middle of emotional chaos. This isn't resolution. This is set up, and something tells me the next fallout is going to hurt even more than what we just survived. So tell me, do you think Dani is overreacting about Vernon, or is she the only one brave enough to face the truth? Because if she's right, we are not ready for what's coming next,